Hello and welcome everyone to your favorite weekly news capsule. They say that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But you know what might be even better than an apple? Laughter. Remember to always laugh, as a day without laughter is a day wasted. It is truly the best medicine in the world. The highlights of today's news capsule are: the Sri Lankan crisis explained. Google is working on a new tech that can read your body language. Space jellyfish spotted over the southern US last week. Earlier blooms are a sign of climate change. Nepali Sherpa scaled Mount Everest for record 26th time. Teenager tennis star Carlos Alcaraz wins 4th title of the year. And we end the capsule with our fun and fact segment. Let's begin with the international news today.
Igraspers, are you aware of the ongoing economic crisis in Sri Lanka? A severe shortage of foreign currency has left the government unable to pay for essential imports like fuel and oil. As a result, the Sri Lankan citizens are faced with power cuts lasting up to 13 hours and soaring inflation. Did you know that the government had to devalue its own currency last month ahead of talks with the International Monetary Fund for a loan program? This is what has caused the current inflation. However, economists say that the root of the crisis lies in economic mismanagement by successive governments that created and sustained a twin deficit of debt. Thousands of demonstrators have taken to the streets since last month, which has forced Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa to resign from his position earlier this week. Following this, Ranil Wickremesinghe took an oath and returned as the PM for Sri Lanka. We do hope there is a peaceful resolution to this ongoing crisis.
Google is working on a new system that records and analyzes users' movements and behavior without using cameras. Instead, the new tech uses radar to read body movements and understand your mood and intentions, and act accordingly. For example, the computer will boot up as you approach it without needing to press a button, or your TV will pause itself when you need to get up to use the washroom by sensing a change in the spatial environment. This isn't the first time Google has played with the idea of using spatial awareness-based stimuli for its devices. In 2015, they introduced the Soli sensor as a part of Pixel 4, which recognized hand gestures for various inputs. We look forward to seeing the applications of this technology in our everyday lives.
Last week, a camera in Georgia witnessed a mysterious object streaking through the sky. The object looked a bit like a space jellyfish as it was bright, fast, and showed by a glowing oblong aura. However, it was later revealed that this space jellyfish was not a UFO, but a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launching from Florida's Kennedy Space Center. Chris Combs, a professor of aerodynamics, explained that it was a combination of timing and physics that gave it this shape. The long, blobby body of the jellyfish was simply exhaust, leaving the engine nozzle, and the timing of the sunrise coincided to give the rocket its long aura. Do check out the stunning photos of this rocket online.
Japan is famous for its cherry blossom trees. It is said that when the trees bloom, it signals the beginning of spring. But, Igraspers, did you know that the cherry blossom season has been starting earlier than expected? The 2021 season in Japan's city of Kyoto peaked on 26th March, which is believed to be the earliest date recorded since 1,200 years ago. In Washington, D.C. too, the city's famous cherry trees reached peak blossom on 21st March this year, earliest for over a century. Scientists say that these changes are accelerating in the past 20 years due to rising temperatures and climate change. The signs of warning are all around us, and we must respond to the climate crisis with collective action.
A Nepali Sherpa scaled the Mount Everest for a record 26 times, beating his own previous record set last year. Kami Rita Sherpa scaled the 8,848-meter mountain along the traditional Southeast Ridge route, leading 10 other Sherpa climbers. Did you know the route Kami used was actually pioneered by the New Zealander Sir Edmund Hillary and Nepal's Sherpa Tenzing Norgay, who were the first people to scale the mountain in 1953. We congratulate him for this fascinating achievement.
Earlier this week, the International Cricket Council announced that Australian women's team star Eliza Haley and South African men's spinner Keshav Maharaj were voted the Player of the Month for April. Haley was selected as a standout female player in April following her match-winning innings of 170 in the Women's Cricket World Cup final in Christchurch, and spinner Maharaj got the award for his prolific performance with the ball during the recent ICC World Test Championship Series victory over Bangladesh on home soil. We congratulate both the winners.
Last week, Carlos Alcaraz, the Spanish teenage tennis star, capped another impressive week with a straight-set victory over Alexander Zverev to win the Madrid Open and become the second youngest player to win 2 Masters 1000 titles. His comfortable 6-3, 6-1 win over Zverev followed victories over his idol Rafael Nadal in the quarterfinals and top-ranked Novak Djokovic in the semifinals. Did you know that Alcaraz has already become the youngest player to enter the top 10 since Nadal did it in 2005? We can't wait to see what he has in store next for us.
Food delivery giant Swiggy has recently announced that they will soon be using drones to replenish inventory between seller-run stores and drop points. This is a part of a first-of-its-kind real-world trial in India, where drones will be used to accelerate the process of grocery delivery. Garuda Aerospace, an Indian drone manufacturer based in Chennai, are in charge of making the drones, which can fly at a top speed of 75 km per hour and carry up to 15 kg of payload. We look forward to seeing them in action soon.
Bollywood actor and filmmaker Farhan Akhtar is all set to enter the Marvel Cinematic Universe as he will be making his debut with Disney Plus series Miss Marvel. Details regarding the character are under wraps, though it is rumored that he will be a guest appearance for a few episodes. Interestingly, actor Fawad Khan is also a part of the same series. Miss Marvel is set to premiere on 8th of June and introduces Iman Bilani as Kamala Khan, a Muslim American growing up in Jersey City. Do check out the promos and other details about this show online.
Picnics have been banned in large parts of northern Rome as health authorities seek to crack down on wild boar population after African swine fever was detected in a deceased animal. African swine fever is fatal to pigs and wild boar but harmless to humans, and this is the first time a case has been identified in the Italian capital. This has prompted the government to appoint a special health official to impose measures to eradicate the illness. Did you know that Rome is home to nearly 23,000 wild boars, and they are often seen eating from bins and even attacking people at night? We do hope the authorities are able to find a solution to this emergency.
The word of the week is appreciate. To admire or understand something fully. This week, let us appreciate our parents for supporting us during the pandemic. The riddle of the week is, how do you make the number 1 disappear? By adding the letter G, 1 becomes gone.
Can you guess who?
This British singer has won a total of 15 Grammy Awards and one Oscar Academy Award for her original songs. She holds 3 Guinness World Records for keeping her songs at number 1 on international charts for 21 weeks. Her most popular song is called Someone Like You. Yes, it is Adele. Did you know that her song Skyfall is the only James Bond musical theme to have won an Oscar to date, finally getting its due as an iconic theme?
Did you know that rainbow grasshoppers are found in the rainforests of North America? These remarkably beautiful creatures are a highly endemic species. Their skin is made of vibrant colors, including patterns of yellow, red, and green over a dark black skin. These arthropods, with an average length of about 20 to 35 millimeters, don't have any wings. However, their brightly colored bodies don't attract predators and help them to camouflage easily.
Quiz time! Which German entomologist was the first to describe rainbow grasshoppers in the year 1843? Send your answers to contact us at igraasp.com along with your full name, school name, and a photograph. Answer to the last week's quiz. The condition in outer space which causes the astronauts to appear taller and feel weightless due to almost zero gravity is called microgravity. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Naman Kaushik of the Khaitan School, Noida, for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, Igraasp.
Dear iGraspers, this week let us learn more about the Second World War with Goodnight Mr. Tom. Join William, a young boy who is evacuated to the countryside to take care of an elderly widower named Tom. Over the course of this book, these two individuals form a unique bond and learn to take care of each other. Will Williams be able to adapt to a life of happiness and freedom? Read this book and share your feedback at igraasp.com/iClub.
That's all we have for you here. Don't forget that laughter is like the sun that lights up the world and gives everything around it a life. It is the cheapest and best way to ensure a happy and long life. We'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.